Hello, my name is Eric Booker, and welcome once again to another presentation on Microsoft Excel. This week we're going to look at something called a pivot table. And what you're seeing scrolling up and down in front of you is a website called flightstats.com. And what I have here is the Tulsa International Airport, and I have departure time from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the 21st of October. And so I took this data and I copied the data that was here into an Excel spreadsheet, as you can see here. And from this data, we were asked to create what's called a pivot table. Now, let me explain what a pivot table is. That probably would be easier than trying to go through every step of the assignment. So a pivot table is just basically a program that allows you to organize and summarize the columns and rows of data that you have within your Excel spreadsheet, or even a database table to be able to look at things at a glance and like maybe make a report out of all that data for someone to see, especially for people who have to analyze very large amounts of data at a time. They want to be able to go through and see, things at a glance. So let's look at our pivot table here. And as you can see here, so that data that you just saw here, we condensed it down to here. And the fields here are the different fields that you can go into, and these can be changed to whatever you would like them to be based upon your column headings. So like we have our column labels here. This is showing diverted and landed flights. These are our row labels, which are showing all the different airlines. So these are all the airlines, and when the end result of all this data, we wanted to know like which flights pretty much landed and when they were supposed to and which ones didn't. So we took this data and we were able to create a chart. Now, the chart, which you would insert from here, but from a different page. Like if I went back here and I hit pivot chart, then I could create a chart just like you would any other chart. You can change the chart to be any type of chart you want. It can be a pie graph. It can be a line. It can be whatever chart is available. You can do it here based upon the data here. And you can see these little tick marks here, that you can open up and close, and basically what it does is condense all that data. So we took it and we wanted to know the count of the different flights and then a grand total. So a grand total of 43 flights and that have landed successfully, and taken that and put it here. This is what we call a slicer, which basically lets us see different types of data at a glance as well. All right, so we just wanted to see that. So we want to get rid of the diverted and just see the landed. The assignment originally asked for the on-time flights, but I had a little difficulty getting all that to present itself based upon how I copied and pasted the data into Excel. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to go back and look at again. Overall, this is probably one of the more difficult things I've learned in assignment, not because it was hard to do, but just get very confusing. So again, I hope this can help anyone that is looking at this, and thanks for my time.